Hi, I'm Amy from Arts with Amy and Alden. It's Mental Illness Awareness Week, and we are partnering with NAMI Virginia. They are a nonprofit organization that provides support groups, educational courses, advocacy initiatives, and services to help those with mental illnesses and their families. If you would like to donate to the cause, go to namiwalks.org/Virginia. Art can be a great form of self-care and helps us process and express difficult emotions. Today, I want us to practice being mindful and calm while we make our artwork. We will be creating a mandala. Mandala means circle in Sanskrit, the ancient language of Hinduism. But we can find mandalas throughout many different cultures. The Chinese yin-yang symbol, indigenous American dream catchers, the rose windows of Christian cathedrals. You can even find mandalas in nature, a snowflake, a flower, the cross-section of a shell. Psychologists have researched mandalas as a form of self-expression. They have observed the calming effects of creating or even looking at mandalas. Creating a mandala can relax the body and mind, cultivate feelings of happiness, inner peace, and it can ease stress, anxiety, and worries. When creating a personal mandala, there are no rules. You can draw symmetrical patterns or fill in the circle with shapes and colors in any way. It's totally up to you. This video is intended to help guide you in drawing a mandala if you don't know where to start. I'll make 2 mandalas. One will be kind of free-flowing and the other will be more of a radial design.
The first step is to trace your circle. It is going to be pretty big and fill up the whole paper. When I trace something, I make sure to hold it down really tight so it doesn't move all over the page. So at this point, you could draw whatever you want inside of your circle. Again, this video is a guide for anyone who needs a starting off point. So let's start off drawing some straight lines. Straight lines can be horizontal, vertical, diagonal, dotted, so there are lots of options for you to choose from. I'm going to draw just different straight lines on my paper. Some might be short, some might be a little longer. They could go from one side to the other. They could be thick, they could be thin, they could be dotted. It's totally up to you, but add some straight lines to somewhere in your circle. Again, I will be creating 2 mandalas today. This one will be a little more advanced. I'm going to make a radial design. That means I will make a pattern going around the circle. Start off by finding the center of your paper. I'm going to draw some short, straight lines radiating out from the center. You still have options. Your straight lines could be long, thick, thin, dotted, or go around the edge of your mandala. Next, let's add some curvy lines. Curvy lines are some of my favorite. I love how they can just flow from your hand onto the paper. So let's add some curvy lines to our paper. You could find the white spaces to put it in, or you could even draw some curved lines on top of your straight lines. A curved line doesn't have to have so many humps. It could just have one, like this backwards C. I think I'll draw some curvy lines in between my dotted line. So now I'm going to add to my radial design. I'm going to make this little S shape going around the page. You can see I turn my paper because if you turn your paper, it'll look a little bit more even because your hand is going to be doing the same motion over and over again to make this pattern. Next, let's add some zigzag lines. Unlike the smooth, curvy lines, zigzag lines have sharp corners. I'm going to add some zigzags around my paper. You can find, again, some white spaces where you still haven't filled anything in, or you could go over top any other lines you've created. The zigzags can go in any direction that you want. Some might be small, some might be big and uneven, and fill up a lot of space. On my radial design, I'm going to kind of draw my zigzag like the letter W going around. When I do this, it's going to create a starburst effect, so it looks like it's radiating even more The last lines I'm going to draw are spiral lines. These lines are like big circles that get smaller and smaller and smaller. Let's see where I can fit in some of these spiral lines. You can see my hand is going around in a circle, but as I make this circle, I make the motion smaller and smaller and smaller. You can see on my radial design I have quite a bit of white space left, so I'm going to use these really big spirals to fill up the rest of my space. Now for my favorite part, adding color. When you start to add color, of course you can put it wherever it looks best to you. You may want to color in some of the shapes you've created out of your lines, or you may want to trace the lines you have already created. You could even draw more lines using different colors. This is a great time in creating your mandala to be mindful. Try to clear your mind and relax. Let the worries and stress of your day fade away and focus on your artwork. I'm going to stop talking and turn up the music so you can focus on creating something amazing.